Okay, I've had these dreads for approximately 14 months, and I thought I'd make a little video explaining my experiences and what I know. The technique I used was backcombing, so we just backcombed it. It took 2 people about 8 hours to do all of mine. After that, I used this tool, the from dreadheadhq.com, called the lock Sculpta. So after doing the back combing, I used the lock Sculpta to go down it and tighten it up. That seemed to help a lot. But from my experience, this is not good to use. Don't use it. A little bit is okay, but not a lot. For whatever reason, using it, I like using it. It's kind of, it gives my hands something to do while I read something, or mostly reading things. But for whatever reason, I'm most comfortable working on this part of my hair, because I put my hand over here like this and I work on my hair over here. I don't really work over here with the lock Sculpta. So one thing using the lock Sculpta too much has done is this right here. See that? That's not healthy. On this side, notice how long they are. They're all pretty long. On this side, it's a different story. There's a lot of short ones. That one's short. This one's short. See another short one there. This one right here is short. And this one's going to be short too. But if you use the lock Sculpta too much, that happens. And I know he says it doesn't break hair, but it does. Not as much as the others, but slowly but surely this happens. And this is going to break. But anyways, so what happens when you use the lock Sculpta is generally your dreadlock will lock up really good at 2 places. The ends, because there's all these stray hairs here and they go back in. The ends lock up really well. And the roots are obviously locked into your head. So when you use the lock Sculpta, what happens is, say imagine you have a long dread and it's attached to your head here, and it's pretty much attached, locked in well at the end of the dread. When you pull the hairs through, you'll start to get this. So hair will come this way and hair will also go this way. So you'll start to get areas within the dread between the end and the bottom that start to thin. And it thins so much as it gets to that point. A lot of these, there are thin spots, and I've since stopped using the lock Sculpta so much. But when I rake my hand down here, I can feel the thinning spots. So no more lock Sculpta. And this is this area right here on my head. This is an area that's just sensitive, and I don't mess with it at all. And you can see that it locks up fine without me doing anything. It's just a really sensitive part of my head, and I don't mess with it much. Back here I do have this. This one, these two were tied together. I actually tied them together, and I don't like the way that it formed. I could feel a knot in here, and I don't think it looks right either, really. But I tied these two together. This one, this third one here, what I did was you have you say up here, you have this one and this one. What I did was just thread it through the base of this one so it would come out here, and then it grew into 2 into 1, and I like the way that formed a lot more than when I tied it. So I suggest not tying it. I'd suggest just putting it through the root of another one. I've done that. Now I have 3 of these. I think mine are a little too thin, so I'm going to make some thicker ones. So here I've done the same thing. And while doing that, I did put rubber bands on it to kind of hold things together, and that seemed to help a little bit. As far as washing, I wash about once a week. I used to do it every 2 or 3 days, maybe 3 times a week. Now I do it once a week. I use vinegar and baking soda. I found that to be a lot better than shampoos of any type, or even the Dreadhead soap shampoo bars that they've sold. I like the vinegar and baking soda a lot more. I guess that's it. Feel free to ask questions.